Okay, I got the plants. You guys do not want to know what I had to go through to get them. Another busy day out here in the aquarium gallery doing water changes and tank maintenance, but that's not what I'm excited about in today's video. You see, today we're finally going to finish up this aquarium. We're going to finish aquascaping it, well, really just adding some plants and leaf litter, followed by adding in the fish. Now, I've already actually added the plants in. Let me show you what I did. Okay, so now you can get a general idea of what I was going for. Same idea, the stump and everything over in this area, and, you know, the roots and whatnot come out to here, almost to a barren area where there's just a few roots and rocks. I focused the plants all on this side. Again, it's going to be kind of difficult to see things simply because the water's a little cloudy, but you get the idea. Of course, we'll do updates on this tank, and once it's clear, and you'll get a better idea. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and add these mini catappa leaves, also known as Indian almond leaves. But if I add them as is, they're just going to float, so I'm going to boil them first. Now, boiling them is going to remove a bit of the tannins. I don't care about the tannins. I don't want the tank to be too filled with them. It's already got plenty in there. I just want them for aesthetic reasons, so I'm going to boil them until they sink. Otherwise, I'll be waiting a few days for them to slowly sink, and even at that, they're going to blow around a lot. All right, with the leaves boiling, let's go grab the fish. Okay, so now if you guys remember, I picked up a bunch of clown loaches as well as a clown knife. Now these were more so impulse buys. However, being from Asia, I guess they can go in the Asian aquarium, but this is only going to be temporary. The clown knife is going to go in the 2,000-gallon aquarium eventually, and those clown loaches are going to go in the 375-gallon, leaving us with an empty Asian aquarium eventually, which means more fish. Okay, I think I got them all. I got about 20 in there. It doesn't look like 20, but there certainly is. Now, there's still other fish in here for other aquariums, but one of the things I kind of want to briefly touch base on is the fact that I am quarantining my fish. New fish need to be quarantined for 4 to 6 weeks. During that time, you're monitoring them for illnesses, parasites, whatever the case might be, even getting them feeding. Now, quarantining them in a smaller system in case something happens is a good idea because it's easier to treat. However, I'm adding these guys into a tank system that has no fish, so I can almost skip the quarantining process, add them to the main aquarium, and I'm not worried about cross-contamination or infecting other fish because they're already going into a tank system that there's no other fish in. The only downside is it will be difficult, or at least more difficult, to treat them if something happens. Oh wait, before we add the fish, the catappa leaves are ready. Go ahead and probably just add them all. I think I'm just going to like sprinkle them in a little bit. Most of them should be sinking now. I know that the flow in the aquarium is certainly going to have an impact on this and how where they're going to end up in the aquarium, but I think naturally it's just a good thing to just drop them in and let them settle where they're going to settle. Ooh, and that just changed the whole look of the tank. So yeah, a few of them still need to sink a little bit more and settle down, but look how different this looks now. It completely almost changed the whole look of the tank. I think that looks a lot better. What do you guys think? Obviously the plants got to grow in a lot more and become more bushy and whatnot, but once that happens, this tank's going to be amazing. Okay, enough talk, let's add the fish. I'm going to use a pretty big net in hopes that maybe I can, you know, kind of grab them all at once. I think I'm only going to be able to get a few at a time here. Going out. You got to be careful with loaches because they do have barbs that can get stuck in the net. There they go. I think what's going to happen is they're going to find their way over to the log, and a lot of them are going to stay over there until they get comfortable in the tank. Last few. All right, so it looks like they definitely would have darted in behind the wood there. I don't see them anymore. Here's a few over here. But yeah, I think they're gonna really like this tank and really enjoy exploring it and playing in it. But again, I think the most of them just went in behind the wood, which is fine. I mean, I just added them a second ago, so give them time to get comfortable. And these guys are gonna look pretty awesome. Now, of course, the clown knife. Let him try to swim out. I think, again, he's going to go ahead and hide as well. I can't blame him. The clown knife did find his home right back in there though. See if we can get a different angle of him in here. No, we're just gonna look at his face. There he is in the back there between the wood there, if you can see him. Give them all time to come out. I think it's going to, but we'll give them all time to come out and enjoy the aquarium, and, you know, we'll see how things go. But man, I am liking this leaf litter, especially since the flow of the aquarium, the circulation in the tank is making them, you know, almost pile up more naturally. I really like that. All right, so that makes 7 aquariums stocked. Frank's tank doesn't really count because we're gonna do something different with that here eventually. However, I would love to know what you guys think of this aquarium so far. Obviously, we'll do an update and I'll show all the fish out and whatnot. Most likely, you'll see the first updates on Instagram or Facebook. I'll leave links in the description below. I'd also like to ask if you guys want to see where the plants came from and what it took for me to get them. So if you do, let me know in the comment section as well, and I'll put that video out shortly.